here, so I'm like,
Yeah.
well, not gonna
tolerate that.
I'm so mad. I had a Claw Strider, and I ran into a pack of behemoths and I can't remember what the monkeys are called.
Clamberjaws?
Yeah, and it got killed. It was like a behemoth, an apex one, and a bunch of those Clamberjaws.
I freaking hate the Clamberjaws. Like, they're so...
The behemoths were worse, because the apex one was endlessly aggressive, and its range was just like... I ran from it right onto a beach with an apex wide moth. So it wasn't a great time.
This was like a tiger bird or something, or the turtle one.
Yeah, oh god, I remember facing one of those, I think outside its cauldron.
Freaking turtle one with it like, whoa, bam!
Yeah, so you...
belly flopping.
What kind of turtle are you?
Maybe there's a turtle out there that does that. I'd be curious to find out. It was like up the cliff. It was really funny. Yeah, they're very British.
I went into the fight against Regala with like 2 medicinal herbs. I managed to win, but it was probably harder than it needed to be.
Yeah.
It's Alba. Before I left landfall, I overheard a couple of navigators talking about a problem with one of our ships. I don't know what's wrong, but it could be an issue when it's time for us to sail home.
Doesn't sound good. I'll keep an eye out for them the next time I'm on landfall.
Thought I shot something right here. Oh yeah. What are we doing now?
People boycotting the dude because of what Goldberg said, and I was like, oh, did she actually say something bad? At first, I was like, what kind of boycott is this?
Doing you and yet the fucking squares.
Whoopi said, sometimes you have to be an ass to be a parent. Like being a bit of an asshole, like whatever.
The people who are offended by her saying that are the same, I guarantee they're the same parents who think it's okay to spank their children.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Foul language is a bit much today. She used that word, and then she also, there was another segment where Whoopi used the word bitchin', like, you know, something's bitchin', and the other host, like Sunny, referred to that phrase where Republicans pissing on her leg and saying it's raining. That kind of like her using the word pissing.
Oh no.
But yeah, I saw the headline of the article. And it was like, oh, did something actually happen?
Man, there are so many, like, also, speaking of ridiculous things, right-wing, like, conservative fans of The Boys, which after the first 2 seasons, how could you still be a fan? But losing their shit over Blue, I can't remember, Blue Hawk, losing their shit over, like, him being portrayed negatively, and also Homelander's, like, you know, the speech that pulled well with white middle America, and being like, no, he's just misunderstood, he's not the bad guy. Like, they can't take the fact They're having a meltdown over the fact that the bad guys sound like them.
Wait, the Mind of Maggie?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. The point of this article was, in quotation marks, so foul, the View fan vowed to boycott show after Whoopi Goldberg's disturbing behavior live on air. Disturbing was in quotation marks, because that's what they've been using, but like, I thought something radically different was gonna have happened, like...
Right.
Because, like, she's had some questionable opinions in the past, so I thought maybe she said something actually problematic, but no. It's just weirdo conservatives being outraged.
Snowflakes.
Mustaches.
Without a sense of irony.
Does Whoopi really need to swear all the time? Fuck you, bitch. People have kids at home for the summer and they're gonna hear this. Yeah, how dare your kid hear the word ass or bitch.
Hey, shouldn't the kid be outside playing rather than sitting inside watching The View?
Yeah, why are you making your kid watch The View? Nobody wants that.
But yeah, I stand by what I say about these are the same parents who probably think it's
probably.
okay to spank
Most likely.
children.
Yeah, see, it's like, it does go into some actual kind of journalism stuff that, you know, Whoopi's done in the past that actually, like, got her in trouble. It's like, she was suspended temporarily back in February because she made certain comments about the Holocaust.
I do remember that, and I was thinking about that when you brought up, like,
See, that's why I thought she might have done something
more actually bad.
I thought it was going to be something like that again, and then no, it was just, she swore.
You burned out trust.
It's like, I kind of get, like, she was wrong, and, like, you know, but, like, when you read her actual comments, you can kind of see, like, where she's coming from. Like, she's not trying to come from, like, a, you know, like, the typical white person's, like, place on it. She's like, it's all about man's inhumanity towards their fellow man, and, like, she has, like, a general, like, good point, but unfortunately, by saying certain things, I could definitely see how it could go.
Yeah, it's one of those subjects you have to speak very carefully on, and maybe not, like, on a talk show, presumably not rehearsed in advance.
You know, it only came up because people were offended by, they were, like, having, like, some topic about the Holocaust, and basically there were photos from the Holocaust in which there was nudity, and people were offended
by the nudity.
So she was like, basically like, what the fuck? Why are you offended by the nudity and not what's actually happening to them? So it's like, like, she was mostly on the right side of it. She just, you know, I mean, anyone can kind of fuck up their words sometimes, and especially, like, older people aren't always even if they're progressive, aren't always entirely, quote-unquote, with the times in terms of what they're supposed to say and not say anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, then you can understand why sometimes they might get frustrated, but it's like, I don't know what to say without offending people. But that was the other thing I do recall about the Holocaust controversy, is like what she said wasn't the most horrendous thing you could say.
It was insensitive, but not horrific.
But, I mean, I would also probably be, like, if I was reacting to people being offended by the nudity in photos, I might not be thinking, like...
You said something about reporting me?
That great.
You don't have to. Regala had to be stopped.
That battle was almost the end of me and my partner Sosek. During the fighting, I was surrounded by rebels just as I saw a machine about to strike him down. Then your bomb fell from the sky and he was saved. We all were. I can't properly repay you for what you did, but I can offer you something.
You really don't need to.
I
Honor
appreciate how
is
many
payment
open
enough
making
for any
orphans
warrior
are
I
in this
know,
game, and I know
but
how much it pisses
Green
people
Shine
off.
will
And yet they don't make. There's an
I
article. It's like
discovered
if
a
you're not
cache
gonna go and
inside
make
of a
Aloy
cave
bi,
in the
despite
mountains to the
all the
southwest
like
of here, right
nudging
near
in the
Dendor.
direction, make her asexual or
Right?
something.
Make
It's
her
guarded by
something.
machines.
Especially because
but you
actually
can fly
Birch
in
also
and follow as you
voices
did in the
Havarti
battle and
in
claim the Green Shine for yourself.
the Outer Worlds, who is asexual. So
Am I
you
gonna
have
try?
somebody who's like
Do you want me to bring someone
played
too?
that sort of
No,
character
it's for you,
before.
all of it. The least I can give you for saving Sosek's life. I only wish I could be there to see you swoop from the sky and claim it.
Cache of green shine could come in handy. Sounds like I'll have to fly up there. And a bomb from a horse would make dealing with those machines a lot easier.
Your reputation precedes you. Through your shards.
So we were watching videos on how the board game is played, and they're talking about setting up different terrain, and it made me think of Strike. Apparently the makers of this board game also did Dark Souls 1, and apparently they don't have the best reputation among board game fans for quality or lack thereof, but again, a lot of the criticisms I read don't necessarily seem like deal breakers. I was thinking last night about how you could, go through a fight and wind up with, junk scrap that's useless. It's like, if you want to, you can bend the rules and just take all those cards out of the deck.
Yeah.
It really matters. Right, they now have a transmog system so you can apply the look without changing the armor if you want to.
I like that. Because there's definitely ones that I like for the look, but wouldn't use for,
Mm-hmm.
their abilities. That was a problem in the first game, too. Because they never introduced a system like that.
I mean, I like the look of this
Oh,
one, but no, it definitely a nice change.
It's like just having the option. Good.
Dude, Cyberpunk is the prime example of yeah.
They should have,
I think it's a thing now in the game, or at least it's on the I don't necessarily care enough about those things. In some ways, they're ridiculous, like entertaining, but I think it might be a thing now.
You know how you could improve this game by putting your fast travel spot closer to the door.
To be fair, I ran here because I wanted to grab resources.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally fair. I just didn't even let you try to fast travel there. Well, the crazy thing is when you go at the other side.
Hey, Mr. Know-It-All is
you
here.
can't travel to that.
You know, your focus buddy who never smiles. I didn't know what to do with him, so I had him wait in your room.
Got it. Thanks. Well, Silence, looks like you finally found a door you could open without me.
I'm glad it's there, actually. It kept me from having to mingle with the company you keep. But enough prep. I believe you owe me an explanation. Your
Are
plan
you
was
gonna need
for
help with
this.
this?
I don't
Right.
think so.
I do owe you.
Maybe with the Saran
My
wrap
spear
part.
in your throat for deceiving me
I
again.
think I can get the
The
actual
Hades
moment
proving
with
lab.
myself, though.
You need me to come up?
That kind of reckoning.
I can wait till you're done talking or like I'll start again.
Right now, I need your help. So I'm giving you one final chance. But if you ever betray me again, I will kill you no matter what the circumstance. Understood?
Very well. Though we'll both face a decidedly short future if you can't get us inside that base.
Aloy, your other guest is here. She's, coming to you.
Thanks. Good timing. The truth is, I can't actually get us into the base. But she can.
The company you keep is even worse than I thought.
Not a fan of surprises, are you? Oh, look. That must be your little invention.
Does the weapon work? Without self-destructing?
Of course it does. I've eliminated the imperfections and greatly improved its design and output.
How can we be sure?
Care for a demonstration?
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go upstairs.
Enough, both of you. We're in this together. At least for now. Go talk to Erend. Tell him I said to give you rooms of your own. I'll come see you when I get a chance.
Oh, no. You first.
Better get everyone in the control room so Tilda can tell us what she knows about the Zenith base.
2 hours.
Oh, the door's unlocked now. There's a lot of equipment in here. I wonder what it was all for. There you are. According to this console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. And one day we can access them. After we get Gaia and Hephaestus back.
Your friend out there, the Oseram. He... is quite loud.
We're taking those space races.
Aloy, it appears that we have some interesting new guests. I'm glad to see you're okay, though. I heard you gave the Tanakh something to talk about. I was half expecting you to burst in through the ceiling riding a sunwing.
Sorry to disappoint. Have you talked to any of our new friends?
Aaron and I tried speaking to Silence, but apparently
You're not sticking on him. I'm trying to just keep my arm
is
really still.
unnecessary.
Thankfully, I'm
Charming, isn't he?
down
Ready
like
to
this.
head over to the Zenith base?
Whatever comes, we will
You
endure.
never.
Thoughts on our new Zenith acquaintance?
I'd say she smells like death, but even death smells of something. She's more like a cold piece of metal, bent on repelling all semblance of life.
She's definitely different. I have to go. I trust you to keep things civil around here.
I'll make sure Aaron doesn't punch Silence in the face, if that's what you mean.
Thanks.
You flew? Katala told me. And took out Regala's machines? You know what? I don't even know why I'm surprised. I saw that we have visitors and a new weapon. Does this mean we're ready to take the fight to the Zeniths?
Almost.
All my running around made me a little too warm.
Are you okay?
I was
We
wondering,
need the fan on for a
is
few
it
minutes.
really safe having someone like Regala here? She seems angry. The kind of angry that leads to murdering people in their sleep.
Don't worry. We're going to point that anger in the right direction. The Zeniths.
If you say so.
I hope our new guests have been behaving.
The Silence. He's the one who built the weapon that can take down Zenith shields?
He is. Though I wouldn't expect him to answer any questions about it. He refuses to dole out his secrets to us lesser mortals.
Oh.
You know that special part of us that makes us warm, kind, welcoming?
Our spirit?
Yeah. He was more than that. You sure you're okay going on this mission? I know things must be happening pretty fast for you.
I've already braved oceans and madmen who thought they were ancestors reborn. Why not a few immortals with lethal drones at their command, too?
Guess the more the merrier. I suppose you saw that Tilda is here. Our very own Zenith.
I almost went up to her to ask her, well, every question I've ever had about the legacy. Every diviner I know would kill to get 5 minutes with one of the old ones.
Yeah.
But now that
Friends
she's
showed
here,
a screenshot.
all I feel
The
is a
humidity
vague
on Wednesday is supposed to
unease.
feel like 41
I
again.
don't know if I'm scared
Well,
of
enjoy the
finding
windows
Yeah,
open while we
right.
can.
or just scared of her. Probably both.
I need to wrap up a few things, but stay sharp.
I'll be ready when you call.
Yeah. I looked at my weather network because not that Waterloo and Cambridge are very different, but yeah, 33 feels like 42 on Wednesday.
Aloy,
And
you
risk
came
of
back
it.
with some interesting friends.
Wish I could say we don't need them, but Silence and Tilda are here for a reason. Even Regala.
Yeah. Enemy of my enemy and all that, right?
Today and tomorrow are like 22, and then for the foreseeable future, it's
And
like
Silence
33,
is keeping to
33,
himself, as
30,
usual.
29, 30.
I was hoping you'd give me an excuse to hammer his sorry ass to the ground.
Please don't.
You telling me you wouldn't want to get just one good hit on that smug face of his? After everything he's done?
Sure. Later. Right now, he's got something we need. Doesn't look like any of our guests are making trouble.
Yet. So, Katala tells me you flew. That's new.
I mean,
Busted my balls
yeah,
trying to
how I
read
felt
you.
anytime we've gone in
They're having
there.
all the fun.
Don't worry. You'll be getting all the fun you can handle soon. With the Zeniths.
I don't know how much
Looking
it's actually
forward to
gonna numb, because the area I had to cover and the kind of crappy
You,
ability to
talk
keep
to
it
Tilda at
from
all?
sliding down.
So I tried.
No,
I
it's not your
don't think
fault.
even a hot
It's just
forge can
because
help
of the
out.
unfit stuff, it's
And you say she wants to
wants
help?
to crumble
I
a
think
bit.
so. Well, let's hope.
As long as like maybe like half of it
I better
doesn't
get
hurt as
going.
much as it should, that
Oh,
would
you know where to find me.
be ideal.